A young woman, who has vanished to the point of becoming invisible, must find her way back with the help of the only man who can see her. What happens next? Keep watching to find out. Holly is seated at dinner with her parents and siblings. Her siblings do not like her, and they do not pass any food over to her. However, Holly has a good relationship with her mom, with mutual love and affection. One day, Holly's mom is diagnosed with terminal cancer. Holly spends most of her time keeping her mom entertained and in high spirits. However, one day, her mom succumbs to the disease and passes away, leaving Holly all alone and lost. At dinner, Holly's father asks his siblings about school and other stuff, after which he gets lost in his phone, much to Holly's disappointment. Her siblings have not taken her name out of her room at school. The teacher also ignores Holly when her father asks for a family picture. On her first day at school, Holly feels totally invisible. She asks everybody what is going on, and no one answers her. She discovers her room has been converted into storage upon returning. Outraged and feeling abandoned, Holly discovers everyone is just pretending not to see her. Some years later, Holly, now grown up, lives to adapt. She lives alone in an apartment, having things delivered to her without opening the door, and slipping money under the door, never revealing herself due to her fear that people would think she was a ghost. Holly also finds it more beneficial to operate during the night. She uses her invisibility as a way to carry out tabloid freelance photography and photographs the celebrities in their exposed private lives, and in turn sells the photographs to the tabloids. She only ever sends texts to her customers and never opens up to anybody. Holly loves her job since it allows her to go anywhere, follow no rules, and stay emotionally detached. One night, following a famous person at a bar, her suspicious activity is noticed by a security guard named Shane. As she tries to leave the place, Shane grabs her hand, asking if she was taking any photos in the bar. Holly is horrified and even shocked because it has been quite a long time since anyone answered her questions. Shane then dismisses her from the bar and tells her to quit poking her nose into people's business. She continuously asks Shane if he really can hear and see her. When another guard steps out for a smoke, she asks him too, but he, like a woman passing by, does not hear or see her. This happens later the same day when Holly is going to her mother's grave while she is narrating that this random bouncer can see her. Then she heads out to the house and finds how the random bouncer is not very random after all. Shane was previously a great mixed martial art fighter, where he had several women, actresses, as girlfriends. He was once getting engaged with an actress girlfriend. Holly was responsible for exposing Shane's infidelity that cost him his career and social life. Feeling guilty, Holly decides to head back to the bar and let Shane know of her involvement in the scandal. When she tells him she was part of the scam, Shane gets angry and puts the blame on her for his predicament. Holly pleads for forgiveness by promising to assist him to restore his reputation and fighting career, even get his girlfriend too. Promises to assist him but do it his way. But when Holly explains to Shane that he's the only one capable of seeing her as a full-fledged flesh and bone person, he is skeptical of her. The very next moment, though, Shane discusses work-related issues with his manager in Holly's invisible state, and she assists Shane in exposing the manager's attempt to cut $500 from his wages. After that incident, Shane starts believing in Holly, and both agreed to help each other. 2 days later, Shane asks Holly to come out and see him fight in some dingy club. She watches from the back as Shane completely beats his opponent. She feels Shane should be fighting at better venues and with tougher opponents. She tells Shane that she will get him better fights. She takes to the internet and starts looking for fighters, and finally sets her eyes on a fighter by the name of Suarez. The following day, she visits Suarez and takes a photo of him as he threatens to expose him to the illegal pills. She, in return, offers him a bargain by not uttering a word. Suarez, fearing his career's downfall, succumbs to her plea. Soon enough, Shane gets a call from his manager he will be fighting with Suarez in 6 weeks. An enthusiastic Shane thanks Holly, and thereon starts some serious training in order to confront the all-important match. The word spreads in social media about Shane and Suarez's fight go viral, and everyone raises their eyebrows at how Shane would get ready for a top-class fight in 6 weeks' time. Through all this time, as Shane was training hard, Holly had been supportive of Shane by flexing his publicity by her camp. The day before the fight, Shane asks Holly if she would like to come, but Holly declines his offer. Instead, Holly is left to watching the fight on TV. Much to the amazement of everyone, Shane wins by submission in the 3rd round, an outcome that has everyone, including social media, shocked. After the fight, Shane comes home and takes Holly to the rooftop of their apartment building to look at the moon together. He shares a box of his favorite peanut butter ice cream, with her expressing gratitude for her help. Shane also praised her dressing and held her closely with depth. A while later, they start kissing. Unbeknownst to them, a journalist had followed the actress onto the roof, and as Shane is trying to stop him, He snaps a picture of the kiss. The journalist quickly escapes, but Holly tries to console Shane, saying that it will possibly look as if he was alone in the photos. They then pass the rest of their evening very slowly. The next morning, Holly exploring the city and sees a newspaper headline, "Who is the Shadow Girl?" In delight, she jumps into the air as photos show her being shadowed by people who still can't see her. During Shane's next fight, he is due to fight Tommy, a two-time platinum belt holder. At the press conference, Tommy bets with the crowd that he will knock Shane out in the first round. The two fighters get hostile during the press event. When questioned whether Juliana, Shane's ex-girlfriend, is the Shadow Girl, Shane leaves the question hanging. After the press conference, Holly uses her ability to scare Tommy by sending him a photo proving his girlfriend being only 16 years with her student ID to prove it. Hitherto worried, Tommy finally consents to Holly's offer of the latter, guaranteeing he throws the fight on the day of the fight. In other words, Shane gets off the hook, and his reputation is saved. Weeks later afterward, Holly gives some rumors to the tabloids on a fight between Shane and Jackson, an unbeaten champion, yet has a pure, scandal-free reputation. He does not have any social contacts, no history of drug addiction, and is quite strong at his work, so Holly's with nothing that could go against him. She rushes to Shane for help in finding how Jackson can be broken down. But as she goes in the pub to look for Shane, she sees that he again found Juliana, and the two are back together. Holly is all furious and rushes out, and Shane goes on her. In her anger, Holly lets it slip that she had blackmailed Tommy, and Shane becomes furious. Shane can't believe that Holly did that, and states he wants to win on his merit and not on Holly's manipulations. Even though Holly begs for Shane's forgiveness, Shane breaks up with her. Holly is back to her boring, drudgery life, taking photographs of those she reads about in the tabloids at the bar. A few days later, Shane knocks on the door of her house. He even admits to falling for Holly in the past, not due to her pictures, but his own nature of getting too complacent and his wild lifestyle. Still, he breaks up with Holly, and after breaking up, Holly loses it. She starts crying and throwing things at the house. Few days after, she again looks at a mirror, and she sees that she has become invisible to everyone, even to Shane, who was the only person who can see her until now. Now desperate and disillusioned, Holly leaves the city. But before doing so, Holly goes home. She made her sister confess to her husband that she was already a few months pregnant. She also made her brother go confess to the girl he loved about his feelings. Holly also found out that her dad is not heartless, for he goes to his wife's grave once a week. She realized that she never gave other people a chance to love her. In Shane's last fight with Jackson, it clearly showed that Shane is not of the same level with Jackson, for he gets thrashed without any defense. Disturbed for Shane, Holly decides to go to the game. Feeling terrible, she watches her love in agony. She then uses her invisibility to approach the stage, where she comes down beside Shane. When she touches Shane on the floor and whispers into his ear that she would always be there beside him, Shane suddenly sees her again, and so does the rest of the crowd. Finally, security drags Holly off the stage to continue the game. The match is lost, even with her presence, but he rushes out just afterward to make up with Holly. A few days later, Holly goes to visit her dad, and this time he recognizes her. They share an emotional hug. End the movie, subscribe, click on the bell for more videos like this, and it really helps my channel. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.